didn't hear that? Oh, there we go. How come I didn't hear this? Why am I not hearing that one? Do you hear this?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Here's the deal. We're going to start this over. I have one thing that I stress about before every show on a Monday night. There's a magic cord that you plug into the iPad, and me and the John Reep Show, very heavy on our drops, very heavy on the sound because we're light on content. And I came today, and the one little piece that I need most was eaten by a dog.
Chewed it
completely. So it was kind of like a guitar act without a guitar. A puppet show without the puppet. And I just want to see if this plays right here.
So that's why we're having technical difficulties?
Why would we not be able to hear? Hold on, what's this?
Rewind.
That doesn't make sense. Like, I'm only hearing...
So some of them are working and some of them aren't.
Yeah, why would that be happening?
I have no idea.
Hold on, I'm going to shut down. This is not how I want to start the show. See, the one time John Reep is not here, and we're already starting with a little bit of a cluster. That makes no sense to me. Why would that not be doing that?
Baffled.
Why would I be losing the audio of one and only hearing the... So we hear the songs, right? We hear this. Hear that dumbass song?
Yeah.
What about this one?
You hear that one, too?
Okay, so maybe I got to... jack this up?
It's because Gint's not here today. He's having stomach issues.
Oh, I know why. And I'm going to say, is that channel, this thing that we improvise and put together, is it on mono? Can you click that and somehow make it stereo? That's exactly what's happening. This is good that we're doing this all on. I could have just started the show and said John Reep is away on his movie set, but I'm so anal and I have such OCD that it needs to sound perfect.
It sure does.
Nobody cares about me.
What's your show, though, man? It should
Nobody
sound perfect.
cares but me. Like, I could have just started talking. But that's weird, though. Just on a simple sound thing. It's weird. That
one's working.
No. That's weird. Why would the voices not be on any of those drops? Why do we only hear the music?
Very, very strange.
I can tell by your answer
I don't know.
that is a let's try to figure it out thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, how am I going to...
We have Johnny helping us run the board, Johnny Ice.
Gotcha.
But normally Gint is here, and he's out sick today, so I'm filling in for Gint.
Now, I wonder, though, because here's what I was going to do. I was going to play that, and then I was going to play... It was going to go right here. Previously on the Heffron and Reep Show. Hey, John Reep, if you've ever killed anybody, don't say anything. If you and your wife have ever been on an adult porn site for an extra cash for 9 seconds, don't say anything. And then from there, I was going to play this drop. Was at number one then, and see that guy? And then he was going to go, hey, you're listening to the Heffron and Reep Show, voted #1 podcast. And then I was going to hit the stinger right here that said Reep. And then I was going to play this song. See how good all of this would have sounded?
Yeah, it didn't work out that way.
We got a situation here.
We'll just play from here then.
There you go.
Married couple.
See, we hear him.
Is
that a new chord? Let's try. Let's try. Let's just unplug this bitch. Let's unplug this. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Perfect. Good. I'm kind of in a pissy mood, not because of this. Just on my way here.
In general?
Yeah, I was at the Just for Laughs festival this weekend, and I got to perform with the Muppets.
Nice.
With the Muppets, like the real Muppets.
Animal is my favorite Muppet.
Yeah, and so all I wanted was a picture taken with me, the Muppets. I'm basically on the Muppet Show.
Nice.
Hands down, and I'll talk about that later. I'm on the Muppet Show. Afterwards, you go, will you do something for some Canadian comedy channel? So I go over there. During that time that I'm over there, everybody gets their picture taken with the Muppets but me. So I didn't get my picture taken with Animal.
So,
and there's a point in my life where I go, okay, I'm a 40-something-year-old guy. At one point, are you not pissed you didn't get your pictures taken with a puppet? Seriously? It's 4 days ago, and I'm still, I got sick over it, as you can tell by my nasally voice.
Well, the Muppets are legendary. They've been around
Yeah.
for years and years and years. I mean, I think everybody grew up on the Muppets,
Yeah. So, okay, let's see if just one of these plays. All right, fuck it. Fuck it. Okay, the
There
fuck
it
it
goes.
button works right here that I give to the Wounded Warriors every time we say fuck. So right now I'd like to go fuckity fuck. Why can't you just fucking go well? There we go.
I think that worked well.
Yeah, so anyway, so I'm upset because I didn't get my picture taken with the Muppet. And, like, nobody cares but me. But now, 4 days later, like I said, I'm still a bit frustrated.
So who's your favorite Muppet?
So then on the way here, I'm like, well, at least I'll put together a really cool show. I spent like an hour last night really putting cool songs together so it just sounds awesome. So if you're listening to our show for the first time, you're not like, oh, they're just in the bedroom. They don't give a shit. And then I come here and then a dog ate my one lifeline to separate our show from everything else.
Yeah, little sneaky bastard.
So my favorite Muppet probably would be, I'm probably an animal guy.
Yeah, me too.
I had that. Now listen, I could go to the store, take a picture with, I could probably buy a Muppet puppet and take pictures with it. I'm sure, but it still wouldn't be the same thing.
Do yourself a favor and YouTube The Muppets Bohemian Rhapsody. All the Muppets are singing Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Is it good?
Hilarious.
Is it good? You can find the exact show I'm on. I did want to post it on my Facebook page because I know they probably get kind of shitty because you weren't supposed to record anything. So I didn't want to be the guy that's forwarding stuff that isn't getting recorded. But it's on there. If you go The Muppets Just for Laughs, you'll see it.
Cool.
You know what? I had this that I had to play. That makes no sense to me. It's going to kill me. The whole show. Why we can't hear, I know it's not you guys, but like just on an audio visual kind of
It's not making sense.
wave.
Everything else is
why,
working. But
why would I only hear, that just means one channel's missing. Is all that means, right? Want me to try it again? Oh, man. No.
I can hear that.
You can't hear the guy talking.
Oh, no, I can't hear the guy talking.
Because that drop is supposed to go, one of the Johns is out. So per our...
Further agreement.
Oh, there it
what
goes.
What did you just do?
Positive about them and plug dates for
Oh, look at you. Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Hold this. We're going to do a really fast version of what I wanted to do. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, we played this. A little cool
So
thing.
we're starting the song over.
Yeah,
or
we're
the
starting
show
the
over.
whole show. So this
Okay.
is playing for a little bit, pretend it's here, and then all of a sudden,
Previously on the Heffron and Reep podcast.
and then I do something funny, like because he's not here, so he can't respond to me, so it's kind of funny. So I'm like, John Reep, if I can sleep with your wife, don't say anything. And then that happens, and then I play this intro.
Number one then, and number one now.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep. Heffron and Reep. Rated #1 podcast by the World Podcasting Federation and the Podcast Ranking Association. No, for reals. It says it right here.
Reep.
See, I played Reep, and now we're going into a John Reep bit right here, and we're going to play 30 seconds of that.
We got a situation here.
I just want people to feel
Yeah, for
what
sure.
this show is.
Gotcha.
You know?
Yep.
Because a lot of times... Okay, well, hold on. Let's let this breathe for a second. Oh, I'm so excited.
Now it ain't cool to be hitched in LA. Everybody is single and some are gay, which is cool, man. Hey, that's the way they swing. But let me tell you how we do our thing. I'm whipped.
Okay, we play that. And then...
Heffron.
Mom seemed to keep cut hair with no haircut experience. And then that sucks. So then from there, I play this, and then this.
Heffron and Reep.
All the radio announcements actually have a personality. They're not sitting there all monodrone. They always are coming up with new stuff, new twists.
Every once in a while, you guys are not boring.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep.
Hey, everybody, it is John Heffron. Man, that show sounded good. See how exciting my voice actually got it?
Yeah.
Got it. I actually said got it. John Reep is away on a movie set in my hometown of Detroit.
You're
And
listening to Heffron and Reep. One of the Johns is out, so per their agreement, when one's gone, the other will talk positive about them and plug dates for them in their absence for 15 seconds starting now.
everyone, please go to @JohnReep. Say hello to him on Twitter. Also go to johnreep.com to check out all of his dates And also check out the Grand
Okay,
Reap.
now back to the show.
All right, that's perfect. So now I feel good.
All right, that was it. We figured it out.
Man, you guys were good.
Wow, that was Johnny Ice, actually.
And you guys were just going through there and stuff. Now we have a phone caller. How would I pick that up?
Okay, so...
Well, hold on. Listen to this. Just the middle one?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? I'm just going to hit this button.
Do it.
Okay, hold on. Ready? Listen to this.
There's a guest on the phone.
Hello?
Hello.
Dylan.
Yes.
John Heffron, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
A bit of a rocky start without John Reep on the Heffron and Reep podcast. We were missing a chord. I was a little thrown. I'm a little sick. I have a big audition on Thursday. That's an animation audition. So
nice. What's it for? Did you already talk about it?
I did not talk about it, but it's for a huge studio. It's going to be a huge cartoon that you will see in theaters, and probably I will be on a lunchbox or a T-shirt because they're into the nasally soundingness of John Heffron, which would be me.
Very
and
nice. Does the studio's name rhyme with Mixar?
I can't say anything.
Okay.
That's how big it is. I've never had one of those. I've never had one of those before. And they go, listen, we're a fan of your stand-up, and we just want John Heffron on stage. We want that, so you don't have to act like you're a cartoon. They just want this, believe it or not. But if I don't get it, then that just proves I can't do John Heffron on stage well.
Well, not necessarily. It just means they went a different way.
Somebody who does a better job of being John Heffron?
Yeah, did you ever hear this? This reminds me of Louis Black has a bit where he says that somebody saw his stand-up when he was just building up some steam, and a network, I forgot which network it was, but a network flew him out to L.A. So that he could audition basically to be himself.
Right.
And for the pilot or whatever, and he didn't. They said he auditioned very well, but somebody did better. So somebody did better being Louis Black than Louis Black did.
I guess it happens. I've actually heard that from other comics who they get a deal, and then the show is literally called whatever that comic's name is, and then after they act, they go, "Yeah, we're going to switch it up a little bit here." It's not going to be. So, Dylan from laughspin.com, I started to talk about the Muppets in Montreal because I'm still, after 3 or 4 days, I'm still kind of in a really bad mood. Not a bad mood. Yeah, a bad mood that I didn't get pictures taken. So I guess I'll tell my version, and then you can say, because you were at, I don't think you're at my show, but you actually witnessed this event that went down.
Yes, indeed I did.
So first, when I found out I was going to Montreal and I was going to be on the Muppet Gala, which is their big show in front of 4,000 people every year. It's different hosts host the gala. I was beyond excited because as a guy or a kid growing up in the 70s, Friday nights I would sit and I would watch the Muppet Show. You put on your pajamas, you'd stay up. It was on at like 8 o'clock, and you'd watch it, and it was hilarious. And Animal rocked, and it was actually the Muppet movie was the first movie that I recorded a soundtrack. I took a cassette player, held the cassette player up to the TV when it was on, and then I would play record, and I recorded a soundtrack. And I found that cassette recently, and you hear me. My mom's been passed away for a couple of years now, but as I'm recording, moving right along, fancy free, you hear my mom in the background go, "John, what are you doing?" And that was like the first time I heard my mom's voice in years. So the Muppets kind of have this thing. So there were a lot of comics there that were like acting too cool for school, like, oh, it's just fucking puppet. Who gives a shit? Well, I give a shit because I had a happy childhood, unlike yourself. Right, so I was actually, and I'm not afraid to admit, I was excited. You saw the show run down. It said like Kermit introduces John, and then the Swedish Chef, and then you saw the Muppets backstage preparing for the show. And if you pulled out a camera, you had very large un-Muppet men literally beat you up if they saw you taking a picture of the Muppets backstage. It was
really?
Yeah, it was definitely like a big no-no. So I'm on the second gala. I'm the first comic on the show in front of 3,000 people that came out to see the Muppets. They do the big, it's time to put on makeup.
Right.
It's time to light the light. Hey, why don't we get things started? It's time to, and it's the whole thing. And what's his face? The guy with the nose? Not Cosmo.
Gonzo.
Gonzo blows the horn. The place goes crazy. All right. So I'm supposed to stand backstage. After that happens, a wall comes up. And I walk out to the mic, and the microphone is maybe 50 yards away from me. It's a little bit of a hike, but I'm supposed to walk to the mic, and the mic is in the stand 50 yards away. So that all goes. The people are going nuts because they just saw that opening scene live.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I know, like, if you're listening, you're like, so what? But it's kind of a magical experience, right? So that just happened.
Yeah, wait, I just want to stop you there.
Yeah.
So that I could also, I don't have the emotional attachment to the Muppets you had.
Right.
You have, but in case anybody's doubting whether you're overselling the crowd's reaction and everything, John is totally not. It was crazy. People were going nuts like it was like Bon Jovi in like 1986.
Yeah, I mean, if not even more, it was so, like, after you watch it, because here's the thing that anchors back. If you think about the Muppets or hear those songs, unless you're not just this super cold, evil human being, there's a lot of childhood attachments. There's a lot of that feeling of, joy might be a dumb word, that you probably haven't felt in a long time. Like, you can be excited that, you find $20 in your pocket. You could be excited that, you're hooking up with a girl or a guy. Or you can have that excitement. But I guarantee you, seeing the Muppets sing that song live in front of your face, you haven't felt those feelings in I don't know when. Because that's a feeling that probably you had, and it was stored way back in your subconscious going, yeah, we probably might not get to that completely unfiltered happiness ever again.
Right.
You know what I mean? For that part, I've never had kids or something, and I'm sure,
What's the name?
But it's different.
What's the name of the two old dudes that sit in the balcony?
Statler and Waldorf.
Never knew that.
Yes. So they go, so this wall's supposed to come up. I stand on an X. The wall comes up right after Kermit says my name. I walk 50 yards to a mic. Kermit says my name. Everybody starts clearing and clapping. Wall doesn't move up. Wall stays down. Minute goes by. Wall doesn't go up. The audience has now stopped clapping and has stopped cheering about a minute ago. I look at the stage manager and I say, am I supposed to walk around? Do you want me to just jump over this light and walk out there? Because now it's that really, really uncomfortable moment of silence.
Right.
Let's just do this for a second. Ready? Listen. See how uncomfortable that started to get? And that was about 4 seconds. All right, so now times that by about 1 minute and 25 seconds. Then the wall comes up, finally. I have to walk from my X to where the mic is, 50 yards, to dead silence. Like, so nobody goes to the crowd, hey, let's redo that. It's on television. Right. You hear, I'm on this huge stage in front of thousands of people. You hear my shoes clicking on the wood floor in front of 3,000 people. You just hear click, click, click to dead silence as I walk to the mic.
What were you wearing? Wooden clogs or something?
Well, it sounded like that. Usually you can't hear the shoes because people are cheering. So I had to walk, and then so it took me like a minute or two to get out of that weird rut because people just saw no one was there to see the comics. Comics were a big inconvenience to the rest of the Muppet Show.
Oh, do you think you think so?
I'm only going by one reviewer that I read of the gala that and I read what people said. I wasn't there for the comics. I was only there for the puppets, which is probably the only time in comedy history when a crowd would actually rather see puppets than an actual person. Huh. But it was so then afterwards. So then I get done with that, and it was a pretty surreal experience backstage, and then Kermit comes out again at the end of the thing and starts playing the Rainbow Connection. Right. It's him and Miss Piggy. singing Rainbow Connection. I peeked out of the crowd. Okay, and I'm looking at 3,000 people. You saw 50-year-old, 45-year-old, 40, just go all the way down the line, all the way to basically little kids. I swear I saw tears in almost every other person's eyes. Like you saw them. It was such it was like Prince singing Purple Rain if you saw him play it live. Like there's some songs when you're like, I gotta see this live, and then all the Muppets popped up out of this outdoor thing, and everybody just went berserk. Dylan, that was my story. They make us take that weird break here, and when we come back, you have some comedy. Let's talk about the Muppets more. Why not? And then you have some great comedy gossip for us.
Sure.
Perfect. Hopefully, I don't hang up on you. So sit there quietly while I figure this out. Don't start cussing or go, why the hell am I on the Heffron and Reep show? Because I can still hear you.
Okay.
Right,
You're listening to the Toad Hop Network, radio worth watching.
The Kings can wear their crown.
The Stanley Cup comes to Los Angeles for the first time ever.
A Stanley Cup for the Los Angeles Kings.
Own the 2012 NHL Champs on Blu-ray Combo Pack and DVD.
Dustin Penner has sent the Kings to the final.
Get exclusive Blu-ray content, including extended interviews and parade celebration.
What a move by Kopitar.
Experience the historical run.
Save by Quick.
Own the official NHL Los Angeles Kings 2012 Stanley Cup Champions on Blu-ray Combo Pack and DVD July.
Saturday night, August 25th. It's the hottest party to hit the West Valley since, well, ever. Heidi and Frank, after hours live at the Canyon Club.
You're doing shows out in the garage? This is classy.
See Heidi, Frank, Smeeze, and their cast of characters doing their live stage show.
You know what I mean? There's nothing like watching water run down this body.
Plus, the Tasty Thieves will rock the house. Heidi and Frank, after hours live at the Canyon Club. Saturday night, August 25th. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster or Canyon. If you haven't been listening to App Addicts.
Speaking of dumb apps, we got this cow tipping, crazy flipping app, and there's this national threat advisory app. And it should be the crap app of the week. All the app does is it shows you the latest advisory level from Homeland Security, right? This is to keep you in fear. No updates, no info, no news, no reason, nothing except a color advisory level stating that we're at, a possible problem.
DEFCON 7. Orange level because some guy that looked a little brown got on an airplane and pulled on his underwear.
App Addicts, Fridays at 4 Pacific, only on the Toad Hop Network. Radio worth watching.
You get so dizzy even walking in a straight line. You say you want
Heffron and Reep. Follow them on Twitter.
Totally for sure.
At Heffron and Reep.
Man, made her through that break. That was tough. It's tough when you talk for 11 minutes in a row that you need to stop down, take a 5-minute break. On the phone, we have Dylan from laughspin.com. Anytime you want to get any comedy news, I would go there. It's where I get all my comedy news now. I just go to laughspin.com. I like it because the articles are short. It just gets to the nitty-gritty. There's usually a good video that goes along with it. So if you're a comedy fan, it's literally where you should get all your news. On comedy, if you go to laughspin.com. So Dylan, so you were there. What was your overall experience of the whole actual Muppet thing? Because here's another thing about the Muppet Gala or the Muppet Show I was on. It'll probably never happen again in history. You know, they did it. It was kind of a one-off. So it'll never do it again.
Yeah, I mean, probably not. I mean, I really, like I said before, I enjoy the Muppets as much as, anybody does, but I never had, like, this emotional attachment to them. I went to go see the new movie because I have a 3-year-old, so, I mean, that's the only reason I went. I probably would never have went. Yeah, I mean, I was not expecting much. I was there, to see the comedians and, as a journalist, because I knew people would probably want to hear about, other people that aren't exactly like me would probably, want to hear about the Muppet Gala. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was amazing. My favorite part about it was that you actually got to see the puppeteers. Moving the puppets and singing and voicing.
Because they had a couple really big screen TVs, obviously. So you'd look up and you could see it as if it was on television. But if you looked down and looked at the stage, you could see below the camera shots, and you'd see the handlers, as they would like to be called, all running around. So it was kind of.
Did that ruin it for you though?
You know what? The only thing that ruined it, no, you saw it because those guys don't break character. Like, there's on my Facebook page at Facebook /John Heffron, there's a picture of me with Walter. Now, Walter, I got a picture with Walter, but he's kind of like he's like Oliver from the Brady Bunch. He's like season 7, not the original. But those guys talk to you as the Muppet. So you don't even look at the handler. You're talking to the puppet. And
oh, no way.
Yeah, so you can't have a conversation. So if you're like, hey, Animal talks to you, not the guy running Animal. It's kind of there's kind of definitely a not a culty thing, but there's a way that they do it there to, make them like that. And it was weird. I read some of the reviews and some of the comics. They were like, yeah, the comics seem to play it safe. And dudes, fuck faces. Where's my... We were on the Muppet Gala. You don't think we weren't sat down by 8,000 different people that looked at every word in our act, and it was told, don't talk about this, make it Muppet friendly, and stuff. Right. Just people just like to bitch. I watched one complaint about the Muppets where they were like, the band should have played. I'm really upset that Ralph, the dog, didn't play the piano. Really? You're going to find fault with the Muppets doing a live show? Is that what we've become? You have to bitch about something? So anyway.
Did they have Benson Honeydew and his assistant Maker? Did they have them? Were they
Yeah,
there?
they had that, and it was backstage. They had a Beaker and all that stuff, and we were joking, saying it's the Breaking Bad, the Muppets, because they had all the chem stuff. So, Dylan, any cool comedy gossip for us that I can either get upset about or have a strong opinion about?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how gossipy it is, but actually at the festival, the day after Andy Kindler, I don't know if your listeners would know this, but Andy Kindler, kind of well-known comic. He gives the State of the Industry address every year at the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal, which is basically him explaining, in his opinion, everything that's wrong with the comedy industry, and kind of goes through the year and makes fun of a bunch of things. And so it was pretty typical for Andy, but at the end he actually took aim at Louis C.K. which is, I just think, an incredibly ballsy thing because, I mean, at this point, Louis is like the most beloved comedian of our time.
Right.
And kind of a sacred cow. And I don't think I've heard anybody say anything, negative about him. So I thought that was really interesting. And I actually sat down with Andy the day after and did an interview with him. And the audio to that is actually on laughspin.com. So it's a full 30-minute interview with Andy, and most of it is about, how he feels about Louis C.K. And basically, yeah, he just, some of the things he said is, quote, he's not the greatest comic in the world. You'll never hear the phrase self-effacing in reference to Louis C.K. Just because something is different doesn't mean it's the best show on television. So he kind of went on and on about how he still respects Louis, but how, maybe he doesn't deserve all of the accolades.
Comedy's so funny that the second you get any type of crazy success, you're done. There's 8 billion people now going to point out why you shouldn't have that success. Like, everyone does it. Like, it's all everyone wants. Anyone at the festival or any comic wants Louis C.K. type stature. But the second you get it, your little cronies that you hung out with will immediately, well, he doesn't deserve it. He's really not that. I mean, I sell more bumper stickers after a show than he ever did. And then also this week there was a weird Dane Cook thing.
Oh, God, yeah.
At the Laugh Factory. And I think it was funny. I was saying this before. I think Andy Kindler said it at his thing. It's funny now. Now I'm suspect about anything that happens because all these weird heckler stories or things that make news all come from the same exact comedy club. Like, it's weird that no heckler gets upset or writes a blog at the Pittsburgh Improv, you know, or whatever. So now I'm starting to not believe a lot of these bloggers that get really upset. I think it's a lot of it's fake. I would like to go on record to say that.
I mean, you could be right. I mean, in Pittsburgh's defense, though, they're mostly illiterate in Pittsburgh. So I don't know that anybody's writing anything there.
Yeah, I mean, just like why do suddenly is like bloggers, like, is that, the people that, because it's always bloggers that complain about comics. So is bloggers, I guess they go to comedy clubs looking to get offended and then they'll write about it? If so, then I need to start advertising my shows on blogger websites. I'm doing it wrong. You know what I mean? I need to not buy Facebook ads, and I need just to I need to make a WordPress plugin. Like, go, hey, you want free tickets? Click here.
Makes sense.
And then,
I mean, that's one way to do it. Yeah, I mean, in this day and age, unfortunately, somebody can write something, and as soon as one kind of moderately popular website picks up, on, that, regular person's blog, then if a moderately popular website has that information, then a larger website can pick it up. And, in a matter of, less than 24 hours, one line that you say at a comedy club can be, national news.
Right, and you have a great thing on laughspin.com where some comic, I don't know who did it, made a video, an animation for people who are going to comedy clubs that I thought was pretty funny. And if I should have put down the audio and we could have played it, but I forgot. So people will have to go to laughspin.com and check that out.
Yeah, it's very funny. It's comedian Adam Ray, and he put together this animation about comedy club etiquette, and it's hilarious, and it's so incredibly true. So, yeah, definitely worth a watch.
So how many comics podcasts did you do while you were at Just for Laughs? Because here's what I was thinking on my way here today, just about podcasts in general. When I was like on the way here, I'm kind of stuck in traffic a little bit, and I had one of those moments, or maybe I'm just tired, where I'm like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of doing it every week?
Sure.
Does it help? With me and Reep, we put a lot of time in this. We've only done like 4 episodes here. So that's really nothing compared to when you look on iTunes and you see, the WTF 300th episode. Ari Shaffir has 70. Those guys have been kind of humping it for a while, and that's why they're really successful shows and people listen to them. But we're 4 in. And every once in a while I go, what's the even point? You know what I mean? Like the ones that do well have a lot of guests. So it's just kind of like comics hanging out with each other, whatever. So it creates that content. Me and Reep, we've decided we're not having that many guests on.
Right.
It's just about us two and basically us entertaining each other is really all we're doing it. So like, does that put us at a disadvantage doing 1 hour a week because all the other guys that, you know, that break the like 150 or whatever on iTunes all crank out like 10 episodes a week? You know, it's like their full-time job. If you look at anyone's on the top, they probably averaging at least, I would say, 4 to 5 a week. Easy.
Right. I mean, that's...
You can't beat that. Like,
I mean, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. And I mean, I don't know. I like the concept of this show where it's an hour and it's tight and there's direction.
Right.
And I mean, I'm personally sick of comedians interviewing comedians, but apparently I'm wrong because people love it. I don't know how. Like you go on Twitter and it's like, new episode of our podcast is up with guests, you know, X, Y, and Z, and X, Y, and Z have their own podcast. And next week, you know, their guests are like one of 3 co-hosts
of another podcast. Yeah. And
it's just so incestuous. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Like, I think me and Reepa, we've talked about this, just, you know, how far out of the loop we actively are. I mean, it's a decision on our part. Like, John, I think, hangs out with a few comics. I hang out with probably 0, just because I'm on the road 48 weeks a year. Yeah. You know what I mean? So my hanging out time. So when I would never think about asking a comic to drive in here, just because I think, like, how many times have you been asked that? Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's why I like having Dylan on, because every day it's fresh stuff, and people go to laughspin.com and there's new stories. But I got to figure out, like, on the way here, and I would love some feedback if those of you who follow us on Twitter, we don't even have a webpage up yet, but if it's Heffron and Reep, love some feedback on the show. I'm just going through one of those things where you go, what's the even point? I could just be a guest on everybody's podcast and maybe get the same numbers.
Well, technically, I'm your guest today.
Yeah, you are, and you've been a great guest.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you happen to find... here, wait, I guess we'll do... Is this... Oh. Did you happen to find that song that I had you look online?
I did, yeah.
Now, listen, I kind of feel weird playing this, but if I don't say the name, because they were so just crazy anal about not recording anything. This is not my recording. This happens to be online. And I'm not really forwarding it. We're just playing a second. Oh, no. Do you have the one I found?
Oh, no. I thought you were talking about this one.
No. Find the one. Look up the one I said.
Oh, okay. What was it called again?
Go what we've been talking about. And
Laugh Spin, right?
No. Go to The Muppets Just for Laughs.
On YouTube?
Yeah. I don't know how this thing's still up there, to be honest with you.
Somebody taped it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not condoning it. I think it's wrong.
Okay.
But
Muppets at Just for Laughs Festival?
Yeah. This is not mine. This just happens to be there. So this was at the very end of the show. So we're all backstage.
Songs about rainbows.
This one?
Yeah.
Rainbows are visions, but only illusions.
Dude, it's good. How do people, when they're recording concerts illegally, I wish you would stop singing.
They're all singing along.
This is a tough one not to sing along,
right?
Especially like right around here. All right, starting to get mad. I get my fucking picture taken with them. It's a good experience though. Like on that video, you hear just thousands of people singing that song. And yeah, it's a good song to sing. Dylan, we haven't played this game the entire time. You've
Let's
been on
do
the
it.
show. Let me turn this up. You know exactly what game we're going to be playing right here. It's called Split Decision. Dylan, I'm going to give you two possible answers. You're going to see either A or B. For everyone you miss, we will donate $1 to the Wounded Warriors. You ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Dylan from laughspinmagazine.com. No, laughspin.com. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want you to decide what I'm about to tell you. Is this a Lifetime movie or Megadeth song?
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Lifetime movie or Megadeth song. Here we go. For Closure of a Dream.
Megadeth song.
Damn, he's right. Dylan does well on these.
Bing.
Okay. Yeah, I need one of those.
Oh,
Here we go.
I have one.
Here's the next one. Do you know The Muffin Man? Do you know The Muffin Man? Dylan, is that a Lifetime movie or is that a Megadeth song?
I'm going to have to say Lifetime movie.
That's right. God, this guy's good. All right, here's another one. Sins of Silence. Megadeth song or Lifetime movie?
What of Silence?
Sins of Silence.
I'm going to go Lifetime movie.
Damn. I don't think. There we go. Dylan, laughspin.com. I don't think. I'm going to go one more with you. I don't know if you've ever gotten one wrong yet.
I haven't. I'm 9 for 9.
All right. Maybe this song helps you too much. Let's play this. We're going to dumb you down a little bit. Play some of this country stuff. This maybe will kind of like mentally when you hear it, your IQ is going to just go down a little bit. I wonder if our Reeps fans just got upset with me thinking, what? Guys from Hickory making fun of him? Here we go. Dylan, is this a real chicken soup book or a fake title I made up? Okay, you know those chicken soup for the soul books?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's either fake or real. Ready?
Okay.
Chicken soup for the chiropractic soul.
You know what? That's so stupid that I think it's true.
All right, you're right. Man, that's good. Okay, ready? Here's this one. Chicken soup for the prisoner's soul.
I'm going to say true.
Dylan, listen, I don't know. I think you've gotten 12 right in a row. This is your last one. You could do the Michael Phelps thing. This could be your time. You actually go home with 18 gold medals. It all comes down to this very last question. Dylan, would you like to take a breath? Or are you ready to do this?
No, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. All you got to do right now is you're going to have to guess. Chicken soup for the soul. Is it a fake book or is it a real book? Here we go. Man, I'm good. I should host a game show. Do you see how I'm keeping that anticipation?
Yep.
Here we go. Chicken soup for the American Idol soul. It's real or fake?
That's tough.
It's a lot of pressure. Are you going to leave today undefeated or are you going to go to bed with that one loss just sitting in your gut as you ponder the rest of your day thinking, only if I went with my first choice, which was in my gut, but yet I said my second choice.
Always go with your gut.
This is...
Okay, so
I'm going to say, even though... I'm going to say true.
Dylan, you would be correct, sir.
Wait, I'm correct?
You are correct. You got that right. But just for the fun of it, yeah, there we go. We need that. Just for the fun of it, we'll donate $5 to the Wounded Warriors. If you want to see what our total is for every time we swear or anytime we play a game, go to swearjarfun.com and that'll take you to Wounded Warrior site where me and Reep set up a page. Anything else, Dylan? So we should go to laughspin.com.
Sure, yeah.
People should, when they find you on Twitter, go there. Would love it if you say, heard you on the Heffron and Reep show. Just so we know. We got to get a gauge. I got to decide if this 40-minute drive every day is worth it to me. Or I'm going to completely bail. I'm kind of going through one of those phases in life where you go, what's productive, what's working out for me, and if it's not, I'm not spending a single second doing it. Because I was thinking about this too. Because on our iTunes page, people are still like leaving, hey, you were at this network and now you went over to Toad Hop. You could tell you're only in it for the money was a hilarious quote that I saw. Because I didn't print it up, or I would print out the last email I got from Toad Hop Network that said, Pepsi or Coca-Cola at the bar is no longer free.
Yeah.
You have to bring in your own.
Yeah, I was told that personally last week.
Okay, so is that all the money we're making?
Who knows?
Do you literally think if they can't afford a 4 cents, because that's what it cost to literally pull the gun out and squirt it into a glass? Let's add a couple cents from the person who has to wash it and maybe some ice cubes.
Right.
So let's say we're topping off at 10 cents. That they're like, nah, they're just cutting into our stuff. We're going to have to stop. So, people thinking we're here to make money, you're completely wrong, and you're probably, without knowing you're probably 12 years old. Is also another thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, Dylan, thank you so much. Next week, I will be in a better mood, and we'll have you on, and let's start a ruckus next week.
Will you be back next week?
I'm going to think yes, I will be. John Reep will not be because John Reep... Oh, hold on. Let me just do this. Hold on.
You're listening to Heffron and Reep. One of the Johns is out, so per their agreement, when one's gone, the other will talk positive about them and plug dates for them in their absence for 15 seconds starting now.
John Reep, John Reep, John Reep. John Reep is wonderful. Go follow John Reep at John Reep on Twitter, Grin Reaper on Facebook, JohnReep.com. Alt Sex Lounge.
Okay, now back to the show.
All right. Dylan, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
So we have a few minutes left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up next is Punch Drunk.
Yep.
Those guys are, I probably should have hung them. I love them. Super funny. Right?
Yep.
Any other housekeeping-y type stuff?
Housekeeping.
People can go and say hello to me at John Heffron on Twitter. Just say, "Sup, John?" Because I don't even know what numbers. I don't know if we do all this stuff and we come here and we have 4 people listening.
You don't ask around, like ask anyone that you know if they listen to the show or anything?
No, I don't. Or I was thinking maybe because it's cool content, maybe I'd make it an exclusive club that the only way you find out about this is if you're at one of our shows. and we never plug it. It's kind of like a diamond.
Like a secret hit.
Type.
Like
Somebody's calling randomly. Should I just take it?
Yeah, answer it.
There's a guest on the phone.
Hello?
Hit the middle one.
Hello? Hello?
Hey,
there you go.
I'm a fan of your stand-up, John Heffron.
Oh, yeah? Are you there anymore?
Yeah, I'm from Michigan, too.
Oh, you are, huh?
Yeah, the northern part.
What part would that be?
From Gaylord.
From where?
Gaylord, Michigan.
Oh, okay. And is that where you went to school and stuff? I'm trying to see if you're actually a real fan of mine who's actually from Michigan. So right now, that's why I'm putting you through the ringer a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I am. I like your stand-up. You're funny and you're good-looking too.
Then I know. Then I know this is completely fake.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm just kind of nervous. I like talking to a comedian, so.
Well, there's no reason to be nervous. But well, I guess thank you. Maybe I should just learn if you are somebody from Gaylord, Michigan.
Just learn how to take compliments from
right
people.
Instead of always just being like, oh no, I'm kind of okay. Go okay.
Right.
There's one person in. So, do you listen to the Heffron and Reep show a lot, or is this the first time?
Oh, I listen to it a lot. I've listened to it since you guys started.
Yeah.
On the Toad Hop Network.
Yeah. Any particular feature you like about the show?
I love the bumpers.
You love the bumpers, like
yeah, they're great.
Yeah, like so. Like, do you have a favorite?
Are you meaning like the commercials? Is that what you mean?
No, the bumpers that Heffron does.
Oh, okay. Just
like
want to
the
make
music
that clear.
and stuff. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you could tell a few 1,000 people to listen to us, we'd appreciate it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually on Twitter. I'm at Stand Up Comedy Fan. It's a fan, but they didn't let me put the N in to spell the whole word out.
Okay. Yeah, I think you've tweeted a couple times. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate you listening. And that is at least one person I know that is if one person, if I can make one person laugh, then you know what? Maybe that is my job here on
all
Earth.
it takes is
you know
one person.
Maybe I don't need to, make thousands of people laugh. Maybe it's just one person at a time.
Yeah.
I was trying to
I also think it's cool that you went to California from Michigan.
Yeah, it's amazing how many roads they have leaving Michigan. Just to let you know. There's a lot of roads that let you jump on them, and you can hightail it out of there.
Oh, okay, yeah, I always want to go there, so I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, just jump on something and go west. All right, that was the Heffron and Reep show. I got to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one about a 4, maybe a 5. We started off a little rocky.
Yeah, I started off a little rough.
I'm a little tired. Reep isn't here for me to talk to, but you know what? We pulled through. And if you judge us on one show, then not the overall package, then we didn't want you as a fan anyway.
There you go.
Audio Frequency Entertainment.
It's awesome.
Can't get enough of it.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the best.
Heffron and Reep.
I love you, love you, love you.
The Heffron and Reep Show.
You're listening to the Toad Hop Network, radio worth watching.